strategy 2015. Participation in the free continental trade area for Africa. How do we tap in this will be some of my recommendations at the end of it all. I will just highlight this slide on key manufacturing sector challenges because I don't want to discuss them. There is a whole session that is geared towards cost of doing business, and that is this afternoon. And this will be discussed in detail, and therefore don't ask me questions around this because all the questions will be answered tomorrow. But some that we have highlighted in our research work are capacity underutilization as a result of a market challenge, an import competition, in competition with imports, high input costs, and so on and so forth. There are cost drivers hindering competitiveness, like raw materials access. You've heard a lot of stories. You establish a factory, but there is no raw materials. Electricity, the high tariffs at 8 to 12 cents is extremely out of touch with the competition. Logistics. Here, Dr. Muhumza, we may need to also to disagree a little. That tells you that alternative modes of transport to quickly shift those goods to the market is very critical. But also, as we grow our production capacity in the industries, we need to shift those goods to the market. So support of having railway systems and water transport in an integrated manner is extremely critical going forward. Policy and institutional gaps. Strengthening trade facilitation is critical. Strengthening the standards infrastructure that I talked about, strengthening UNBS and others is critical. And then lack of tailored financing options is critical. And this is the exact gap that we have. Whereas benefits of liberalization are many, and we can see them as Dr. Muhumza highlighted earlier. The reality is, in some cases, they have failed to give us the reality we need. Cost of capital has failed to come down during liberalization. So intervention in that circumstance is inevitable. So, and therefore that brings me to the slide on the role of the state in the industrialization agenda. I agree with Dr. Muhumza that the key foundation and reason of government is to provide supporting infrastructure to reduce the cost of doing business. That should be key. Basic economics tells you that markets clear, markets allocate resources more efficiently. So support the private sector, have a private sector-led economy, because the private sector will allocate the resources better. However, in cases of where markets fail, the need for government intervention becomes extremely critical. Some of our fast-growing economies, Singapore has a UDC equivalent called Temeski. Malaysia has a UDC equivalent called Kazana. South Africa has a UDC equivalent called IDC. In Kenya here we have KDC. It's a new formation, but it was originally ICDC. Mauritius has the State Investment Corporation. It's a model you cannot deal away with, simply because markets do not always clear.